Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you guys doing? Well, I have a suggestion for a bait and focus video from one of my subscribers, and that is on, look, so I'll show you the package. That's on the Lunker City Sluggo. Now this bait, I mean, this is one of the original baits that was very popular when I got heavily into bass fishing in the late 80s, early 90s, and it's still great. I mean, I haven't thrown it much in recent years, but every now and then I'll bring it out. It still works. If you guys like throwing soft plastic jerk baits like a fluke, this is a great option. I mean, I threw that before I even knew a fluke existed. It was so popular in my day, and it's just a soft plastic jerk bait, twitch bait, whatever you want to call it. It has a dying bait fish action when you throw it through the water, and it darts to the left and to the right, and then kind of just looks like it's a dying bait fish. It's excellent. It's excellent. I should throw it more than I do nowadays. I just tend to throw the fluke more just because I've kind of gotten out of the habit of throwing it. And then when I saw the video on it and started looking at them again, I'm like, man, I got to throw a few of these in the boat. I throw a few bags in anyway if I know I'm going to a lake where I want to throw a fluke, and I'll switch up every now and then. But the Sluggo is a classic. Still available. Lunker City is still going strong. They make them. And let me see how many colors. I would say there's probably anywhere from 20 to 25 colors. I don't know if I'm going to remember exactly what all these are and if they're still the ones that, looking at their website, went right to the Lunker City website because Tackle Warehouse website, for some reason, that is under maintenance or is locked up. So that wasn't, and they didn't have them on Land Big Fish, which surprised me. But they're still around. You can still get them. Lunker City still makes them. And let me just show you the Sluggo. So here you've got now this is the 6-inch version. This is the one I prefer. They have a 4.5. I think they have a smaller one than that. Then they've got 7.5 and 12 and a lot of different saltwater options. But it's just, you know, a plastic stick bait. It's kind of got some joints right here. So these little, it's almost like a joint here, but the action is very appealing to bass. It's of that dying bait fish, and it works great. It works great. It's very easy to, you're just going to Texas rig it and throw it out there and just twitch it around, and you'll see the action. It pops out of the water sometimes, and it's back and forth, and then it kind of looks like you never know what direction it's going to go in, but it's very effective. And this is just, I'm going to try to do my best to show you these colors. I think this is the one they just call albino shad or pearl white. That's what this one is here. And that's the one back in the day that I used to throw the most, actually. So that's what a Sluggo looks like. I'll show you how to rig it at the end. It's very simple. This one here, I'm not sure. This is one of their shad colors. It's kind of got like a bluish pearl belly, that green on top. I was kind of looking at their website, and I'm not sure if this is golden shiner. Not really sure. It could be IU. It could be an old color that they don't make anymore too. But you guys get the idea. If you know the bait, you might know what that color is. Or if you decide to get some, there's ones that are very much like it. And then this one here is just a little more white on the bottom, and it's kind of got like some blue and some green flake in there, and then like a bluish top, which I don't really see one that matches that on their website. It's not alewife, because I think I have alewife. It's not black ice, so I'm not really sure what color this would be. Like I said, these are older baits. They may not make these colors anymore. This is kind of like a chartreuse with a blue flake that they used to have back in the day. They've got plenty of colors to choose from. These are just the ones that I have. And remember, I got these years ago. This, I believe, is the Arkansas Shiner, that they still make that one. This was one of the more popular colors that we used to throw back in the day, and I have a ton of them in here. Actually, I might have, let me see here. I might have more than one kind mixed together here. No, I think these are, you can see how many are in that that section of the box. Oh, yeah, I do have some different ones. All right, so that's definitely the Arkansas Shiner ones. Let me split these up, see if I can figure out what this other one is. There's two colors mixed together here, which to me, I'm not sure what this is. It's just a clear bait with some flake in it. I'm not sure what this one was called. I will look. It almost has like a gold to it, but that's That's pretty cool. That was one of the ones that I know I like to throw too. I just don't remember what that one was. Looking at their website, I don't really see anything that looks like that. So that might be an old one they don't make anymore. But they definitely have this guy. That Arkansas Shiner. They definitely have this guy. That's one of the more popular ones, and that I believe goes with that. But I have those two piled up together. They were kind of similar. Just doesn't have as dark as the top. But that's very, very good color, that Arkansas Shiner. Put those back in there. And this guy here is another popular one. I don't remember the color names of all these though. I think this is the alewife color, I'm pretty sure. So if that's the bait fish that's in your lake, the alewife, and throw those around. Pretty good. It's like a clear belly with a bluish top. This one I definitely do not see on their website. So it's just a blue. It's like a lighter blue with a dark blue with blue flake. Almost like a black blue. Maybe that's what they called it back in the day when they were making that color. But I definitely don't see one that resembles it on their site now. So I believe this one is what they would call their perch color, which is one I really like, as you can imagine. Look at all those all that great flash in there. I'm pretty sure that's their perch color. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. That's a great one, though. If it is, get it. It's cool. These ones I'll be able to tell you because I have them in the bags. Now this one, even though you can't even read that, it's just their bubblegum color or pink, whatever you want to call it. They call it bubblegum. This one is awesome, especially when the water is dirty. If you've got dirty, stained water, that's the color you want to throw. And smallies hate pink baits for whatever reason, so I recommend this one. I even like this one, especially if they're shallow, if they're starting to move up in the springtime. When they're chasing stuff shallow, this pink one will get bit. Excellent, excellent color. I don't know what it is with smallies and pink baits, but they don't like them. Oh, let's see. This one is called Black Ice. Black Ice. I believe that's on their website. I think you can still get it. So that's a pretty cool looking color. You got the dark, or like a smoke top with some blue. Yeah, there's definitely some blue in there. Definitely black flake and silver flake, and then there's a heavy silver on the belly. That's a cool one, that Black Ice. A lot of good, you know, and the idea is you're trying to imitate a bait fish, and these colors definitely will imitate the bait fish in your lake. Here's another bag of, like, so if you were to buy it nowadays, I don't think their packaging has changed. I think it's more like, I think these are all kind of the same package. I think their packages are kind of like this. I don't know if they've changed their packaging, but like, this is the albino shad, which is the white 6-inch size. I thought I had some bigger ones, but I can't find them, so I probably don't have them anymore, or maybe I just don't remember, but that's just that albino shad, the white one I showed you. That's really, if you're gonna get one, I'd get that one. It's that one or the Arkansas shad. Those are the two like most popular ones, at least from back in the day when I threw it. Threw it more than I do now. This gold pepper shiner is pretty cool. I don't see that listed on their site, so they may not produce this color anymore. But that is a really awesome color. With that clear with all that gold flake in the belly, that black on top. You can just imagine that going through the water, definitely looking like a bait fish of some type of shiner. And good old red shad. Staple color, cannot go wrong with it. And there we go. Good old red shad. You got red, you got black. Traditional color right there. I don't think there's a bait made in red shad that isn't good. Just a great color. And I do have, as I said, I do have one pack, because I didn't throw it a lot, of the 4.5-inch size. And this, I think, is that, what did I say this one was? No, I'm forgetting already. I think that one was the alewife. I think I've got, for some reason, I think I've got one small one, the alewife. I don't know if I used them up or I don't know. I don't have them in anywhere. You guys know I tore apart those two bins. Of course, I'll make this video, and all of a sudden, miraculously, I'll find a couple bags of Sluggo somewhere. And here's the black in the 4.5 inch. So if you prefer the smaller size, it's fine. I'm not saying it doesn't catch fish. I just primarily throw the 6. I don't even remember ever really throwing the 4-inch much. I always preferred the 6-inch size. And it's a great bait. It's a great bait. You try the small size. I'm sure it works fine. I just haven't thrown as much. Now, Lunker City makes their own hooks. I assume they still do. I did not check the site for that, so you'll have to check. They used to make these hooks they called their Tex Poser hooks, which is kind of fits the Sluggo perfectly. It's kind of a thin wire hook. You can get away with an EWG. I've thrown them on it. It works fine. If you want to throw their version, this is their Tex Poser hook, so that the Sluggo can be totally weedless. Let's try one here. Let's try one of these white ones. But just to rig it up, you're just going to Texas rig it like you normally do. Just go through the snout, and I just go the length of the hook right there till I get to the turn in the hook. And then make sure you stay straight. Whenever you do fish topwater soft plastics, always you want to rig them straight. If you don't rig them straight, they're not going to run right. And then just pull that hook all the way through. Now you'll have your line tied here. Pull that right through, and that'll even bury the eye right in the bait. And then just kind of line it up, but go straight. And then just kink your bait back. And this is the hard part, staying straight on this. Stay straight, come through, and you'll see when you come on top if you're going through. But you can see how that bait now is totally weedless. So if you're flicking this across the water, this is totally weedless, totally weedless. You can throw it in thick cover, and when the fish bite it, they'll collapse the bait and then get the hook. Now, if you feel like maybe you're missing fish, you can bend this hook out just a little bit. Most of the time, quite frankly, I'm throwing these in mostly, open water. There may be some grass around, but it's pretty open water, so if that hook is up a little, I don't really worry about it. But you get a pretty good hook set. Usually when they come up and just collapse on it, they pull the bait down and that hook gets them right there. But as I said, if you want to use, I've used regular EWG hooks, extra wide gap hooks, and I've had no problem throwing this. Sometimes I prefer that to their Tex Poser hook, but they're both good. It's a fine hook. I used it for many years. But that's how it looks. And then you're just, your line ties here, and you're just going to throw that out, 6 or 8 pound fluoro on your spinning setup, and just twitch it around and just watch it. The action is very, and like it'll go, and then all of a sudden it looks like it's and then you let it stop it, and it'll start to sink a little bit, flutter down, and then the bass will just come up and hammer it. It's like they're getting a dying bait fish, and the Sluggo works well. Great bait. Another what bait I would consider a classic bait, and it's still around today, which is great because you guys can still get them. But that's it, guys. That's one other thing I can add. If you want to get your bait down a little deeper, I'm assuming that Lunker City still makes these little lead weights you can put into the bait. I don't know. I didn't look on their site. You don't need to. I don't really do it that often, quite frankly. If you want to get it down a little more. Oops, that one's broken in half. I don't remember the last time I opened this pack up, but Lunker City used to make these, and if not, there's someone else who does. You've seen these little lead, weights. You can stuff that into the Sluggo and give it a little more weight. You can put it in somewhere where it's not going to interfere with your hook, and add some weight to your Sluggo if you want to. I never really did it, quite frankly. If you want to get it a little deeper, you can do it. I know that there's better weights for soft plastics made nowadays, ones that are tungsten, ones that are a little smaller than this. But in the old days, we used to just jam this into the snout of the bait. This one actually feels like it's got a whole head of weight in it. And we just used to jam these in there, get it in there, and then put your hook on. And the hook isn't as long. The hook is longer than where that is, and then you'll just have your line tied to the little bit of the side of it. But if you guys want to do that, you can. Give it a little more nose down weight. As I said, I don't do it very often, hardly ever. I leave that little pack in the box with the Sluggos just in case I want to do it. But it's a great bait, guys. It's a great bait. I think it's kind of maybe forgotten. I don't hear people talk about it like I did back in the day when I was first getting into bass fishing and joined a bass club. Everybody threw a fluke. They threw a Sluggo. It was popular. It was very, very popular in those days, and I just don't hear about it anymore. But it works. It works well. I was thinking the other day when I was considering doing this video that this might be a good bait to try with that core tackle tush hook. I was just thinking about it the other day, and I may try that this season and see how I like it, because you will definitely get a good hook set, and with that tush head you'll have a little more weight and get it down a little deeper. So so that is an option right there. That is an option. That is an option. So I'll think about it. I'll try it out and I'll see how I do with it. But if you guys watch my videos, you'll see when I get on the water, you know, I'll definitely tell you that if I tried it and how it works. I'm curious to see how it's going to swim with that internal weight of the tush head, and even the hover rig head, the one without the weed guard on it, might work on there too. I don't know. I got to try them out. Interesting idea. So we'll see how that works. But most of the time, I'm just putting a 4 or a 5/0 hook on there. Sometimes I'll use their Tex Poser hooks. Sometimes I'll just use an EWG red hook and just twitch it around. It's an excellent bait. If you've got a lake that has a lot of shallow flats, a lot of weed, a lot of rock, riprap, just great. And sometimes, you know, if you're out there and it's a top water, the top water is really working well, this works well too, because this stays pretty close to the surface, you know, pretty close to the surface. So give it a shot. If you have not tried a Sluggo this summer, or some of you guys may be fishing now, depending on where part of the country you live in, give it a shot. Give it a shot and see how you like it. See how you like it. It's definitely a great bait. It's been around forever. It still produces, and just talking about it, and when I got the idea from one of my subscribers to do this video, I said, man, I have not really thrown the Sluggo that much the last couple of years. I got to get that back into the rotation because it's such a great bait, and the fish have not seen it. I can pretty much guarantee you that. So so that's it, guys. So I will put links to the Sluggo. I'll just put their website link, because unless Tackle Warehouse sites coming up, they probably have them. Like I said, Land Big Fish did not. But if there's a site you use, excuse me, that has Lunker City stuff, I'm sure they'll have the Sluggo. It's like their most famous bait, as far as I'm concerned, other than their finesse fish. But it's a great bait, guys. It's a great bait. Great action in the water. And as I said, that is something I guarantee you the fish on your lake have not seen, or have not seen in a long time. Definitely have not seen in a long time. So that's it. So I will put links to whatever baits. Probably the Lunker City site will have the most of their stuff, since it's their company. But where I can find them, I'll put some links. You guys can check them out. If they sell them at your local tackle shops with the other Lunker City stuff, check them out. If you've always wondered what that thing is, that Sluggo is, soft plastic jerkbait, great colors, great action in the water, and is definitely a fish catcher. So check it out. All right. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and share it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mark. This is Northeast Bass Fishing. Welcome aboard, and please subscribe. So I will see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.